Like, I saw people arguing that this card is better than Gecko Moria. All right, I would
No,
like to
it's
first
not.
address that. No, it's not. No, it's
Because
not.
you're
Gecko
getting
them from your
Moria.
hand.
You're using your own hand to do it.
Yeah,
Gecko
Moria
takes it from the grave.
Exactly. So Gecko Moria at worst is a +2 in card advantage. What is good, homies? This is Chris from Small Hat Crew, joined today by Small Hat Brandon,
Hello.
Small Hat Nick,
Heyo.
and Small Hat Manny.
Hi, everybody.
So, this is the fourth leader that was supposed to be in the last video, but it ended up running way longer than expected. So, here we have for you Usopp, blue-black leader, 4 life, 5,000 power, Dressrosa, Straw Hat Crew. Your cost 2 and greater, Dressrosa type characters have +1 cost. Opponent's turn once per turn. This effect may be activated when one of your Dressrosa type characters are removed from the field by your opponent's effect, or RKO'd.
Okay.
Oh, or RKO. What? I didn't know. Oh my god. If you have 5 or less characters or cards in your hand, draw 1 card. What the?
This
Oh
card's,
my god.
This leader is actually over 2.
I
already
didn't
thought
read
this
the
leader was
or
overtuned.
RKO'd either. Reading that, yeah, this is a good leader.
I
He
already
is-
thought this leader was good when I just thought it was card effects. That is crazy.
It's God D Usopp.
Oh my God.
So this leader is completely overtuned, my
He is.
opinion. He
He's
has
like
the
a leader
defensive
lock, I tell you
effect.
that.
I will say this: the fact that that from what we've seen people do with like the black structure deck Luffy, whereas like we now see the value of just increasing costs has made things stickier and harder to deal with. The fact that he does that, and even if you do deal with them, even by battle, he's just replacing the cards that he loses.
Well, I just want to bring it back to the previous effects of the cards being 1 cost higher, because me and Garen were talking about it earlier. I was under the impression that like Luffy, it cost a Dawn, but no, this is free. He just does it.
Yeah.
He just does it. Your characters are just inherently 1 cost higher. It is only your Dressrosa characters, but again, considering the searchers and everything, Dressrosa can very easily go 45 Dressrosa characters if it wants to.
Yeah.
So, this is your board is just being pumped for no reason. There's no cost to it.
Your
And then
Sabos are 6 costs on your opponent's turn. They're much
Yup,
harder
you
to get
can
rid of.
with him. Oh my god, that's right. With him, you can add Gravity Blade Sabos.
Oh, you can still. Gravity Blade hits 6.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Oh, I got scared. I got too
yeah,
scared.
this is really, and also like, so say you just have like a little tiny, like your opponent has like a Bonnie sideways or whatever, and then you swing at it with the searcher, right? On the following turn, your opponent always just goes ahead and they're like, all right, because it's free, I'm just gonna go ahead and kill that 2k power character on your board. If they want to do that now, they risk just giving you a free card. You just draw a card. They can't just do that anymore. And then if they don't do that, they also run the risk of a card like Orlumbus tapping it to minus something by 4.
Yep.
God, this leader's oh my god. This is such a good leader. This is such a good leader.
God, it's so good that it's only opponent's turn. Imagine if it was during both players and your Olympus drew you a fucking card.
Oh, this is such a good card. Oh my god, I will say, so there's one thing worth noting. And I think the good far outweighs the quote unquote bad here. There are a lot of Dressrosa cards that do like tap your leader for cost. Like I remember Rebecca never cared about that. Rebecca always had to choose between stage and actual characters themselves because there's no detriment, she can attack anyway. So now we do run into a situation where maybe Usopp does want to swing or whatever, and now he can only maybe resolve 1 effect by tapping his stage, you know? That is something worth noting.
Yeah, but God forbid, it's not like you're not going to play Coliseum. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, no, that's why I say quote unquote, unquote. I think the good far outweighs the bad here, but that is something at least worth noting. If he has a bunch of cards that want to tap a leader or a stage for, you know, an effect, those could potentially end up becoming bricks in his hand.
Does the 3-drop Kiros save Rebecca?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the on play to KO a 1 cost is Rebecca leader locked, but the saving himself, he can rest leader or Coliseum. That's not leader locked.
This is this leader is so good. Oh my god, this is insane. Oh wait, no. Wait a minute. It's. Oh wait, no. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say never mind. You're like they could beat over your searcher, but not draw because I saw your cost 2 and greater. I was like, wait, no, that's just to gain cost. That's
Yeah, it's a 1 cost. It's a 2 cost now. Yeah.
Oh, you killed my
my
searcher?
God.
+2. Woo!
this is ridiculous. This is anything before we move on to our next card.
No,
No.
you just keep moving. This guy, we all agree he's just overtuned.
Usopp's
Absolutely.
finally gotten his leader, and my fucking god, he's
Oh, no,
getting
In
it's
his
like-
swinging.
hits.
I do wonder if he'll play Hound's Blaze
I could see it.
or
I can
Lumbus
see it
Hound
easily.
Blaze. Kind of go.
I see no reason not to, if I'm being entirely honest. God.
Well, because the Gatling exists, the 3 cost plus. How big is it again?
What?
How big is the plus 6k double attack event also exists
Oh,
the
it's-
King Kong
it's plus
gun?
7.
on gun plus 6.
Or no, it is 6. It's 2. Wait, no, because Luffy swings for 13. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, so it is
It's a
6.
3 cost
It's
plus
6.
6.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, moving on to our next character. So we have Rebecca, blue character, 7 cost, 4,000 power, / Dress Rosa, counter 1,000. So this is a 7 cost character with 1,000 counter. On play, if there is a cost 8 or greater character in play, she will be 8 because of leader ability.
Yep.
Draw 1 card. Then reveal up to 2 cost 7 or lower Dress Rosa type characters other than Rebecca from your hand. Play them as active. Then if the other has a cost of 4 or lower, play it as rested.
So she can just put 2 7 cost Luffy's into play if you wanted to. Like, kind of dumb.
Wait, how does she put
No,
two
no,
seven
no,
cost
no,
Luffy
no,
in
no,
play?
no, 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 no,
Yes.
no.
No, that is a
Oh, no, she does. She can
reveal
play
up
2
to
7.
2 7 or lower Dress Rosa type characters from your hand. Play them as active. If one of them is 4 or lower, it plays
comes
out
in rested. So,
But it can play 2 7s.
so it's rewarding you for having
you can't.
higher costs. Yes, you can.
Wait,
No, you can play a 7 and you
I'm-
can play a 4.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
no, no,
that's
no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no, no,
reading.
no.
reading.
It's saying
The
if the
second
other
sentence.
is 4 or less.
If the other is 4 or less, it comes out tapped. But
No,
the second
read
sentence
it.
says revealed up to 2 cost 7 or lower Dress
Doesn't
Rosa
say
type
play
characters.
those cards. It says
Right, I'm
reveal
with
them.
Brandon here.
Play one of them
Then
as
you play one as active. Then if the other has a 4
If the
cost
other
of
Yeah.
has a
play it
cost
as
of 4
rested.
or less.
What? Do you
Wait,
guys
why is
not
this card
English
so
right now?
fucking-
You guys do not
You guys
English
are
right now.
incorrect. You guys are incorrect.
You guys are
I do not
incorrect.
think this character is playing a Luffy, playing
I
2
promise
Luffys.
you, you're playing one
Yes.
7 drop and one 4 drop. The reason that they said
So,
the
reveal
other one
2.
has to be 4 or lower rested is so that you cannot get an active Rebecca blocker.
Yes.
Your Rebecca's
Well, she
gonna
can't play
come out
Rebecca
when
anyway.
rested.
You can't play Rebecca. It's already stated in the
Good.
text.
Even
That's
better.
why. That's
But yeah,
why
you guys are
no.
completely incorrect.
I think it's rewarding playing a
No.
high top end because a lot of top
It's
ends
not.
either have no
It's not,
counter.
no.
No,
I-
no,
This is
I
not the
think-
discussion I thought we'd end up having on this leader. This discussion's already gone to shit.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
promise you're incorrect.
Half of us don't even agree on what this card does. Okay. All right, so I guess you and Manuel will have your discussion. Me and Brandon will have ours because we're talking about 2 different cards here. 2 very different cards.
It's
All right,
it's
Manny and
worded.
Nick, you
It's
guys
a
take yours
weird thing.
away. Me and Brandon will wrap it up.
No, I
oh.
think that they are right. So the second sentence says play one of them as active, then if the other is 4 cost or lower, play it as rested. So it does only play
Yeah.
one of the 7s, but you can reveal
Yes.
2 7s if you.
You can
Yeah.
reveal 2 7s, it just does nothing. You want to reveal a 7 and a 4 or lower, which is still fucking insane because
Yes.
you're literally getting it's a now blue. Oh my god, this dude has Rebecca and Gecko. That is fucking
Yes.
disgusting.
Yes.
That is not fair.
It's not. So one thing I will say regarding this card is because I saw a lot of people, I saw people arguing that this card is better than Gecko Moria. All right, I would
no,
like to
it's
first
not.
address that. No, it's not.
Incorrect.
No, it's
Because
not.
you're
Gecko
playing them from your
Moria.
hand.
You're using your own hand to do it.
Yeah,
Gecko
Gecko
takes
Moria-
it from the grave.
Exactly. So Gecko Moria at worst is a +2 in card advantage.
I don't know because like 4 cost blocker Rebecca picks up your 7 costs from trash, and then Mon Sherry as well picks up cards from trash to play. So it kind of.
Yeah, but you can't play Rebecca off Rebecca.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying if you played a Rebecca, like this is a 7 in cost. If you played a Rebecca the turn before to pick up one of your milled cards, then you know.
So I'll go ahead and give why I don't think that this card's better than Gecko Moria. So, one there is so this card so she takes herself out of the hand, then she draws a card. So you break even, you're neutral there, and then the cards you play on the board are coming from your hand. So if you're getting the most value out of this card, your hand is at minimum shrinking by 2 cards. You're not going negative in card advantage because the characters are you still possess them, they're on the board, but now your hand has shrunken by 2 cards. Gecko Moria does everything without your hand shrinking whatsoever. Now, in
You actually
addition
shrink
to,
by 1 card. You shrink by 1 card.
Oh, yeah, actually
'Cause
you do.
draw.
Yes. Gecko. So, all right, and now Gecko also goes ahead, and then he can play cards like Rebecca, which I think is massive. I think Rebecca is because remember a lot of people when the debate happens, people debate whether or not Gecko should be banned or if maybe the real problem is Rebecca. So she can't even attempt to play Rebecca. So I think that's huge, because one of the strongest things about Gecko is the fact that he plays a blocker that then extends the combo even further.
Yes.
And then also, she can play a 7, Gecko can't, but she's a 4,000 power character. So even if she plays like, if she gets like a 7-9, all she is doing is putting the 9k body on the board that Gecko already had by default. In the grand scheme of things, Gecko still puts more stats on the board. And he has the potential to go even, because he can play a card like Rebecca, he may not even, he goes plus all the time. But like, say even like a very mid Gecko play, Gecko, in no scenario does he ever go neg. You lose one card from your hand, you put it on the board, he still beats her out there because she took 2 cards out the hand. And then his cards all have the potential to, like, he can play stuff like Kuzans and stuff like that. He can play the Rebecca. Rebecca just picks up a 2k out of trash. He's already gone +1. That's already better than what this Rebecca's attempting to do. Like,
I don't think there's any contest in which is better. This you need to have the hand for. So it's like, this could be a whiff in your hand. Like, you could have nothing with her, and it's like, damn, that feels bad.
Yeah, Gecko's
I don't
something
think
to
this
try and just
card
like
is
countering.
Gecko has cards like, let's say you get like the 2-drop Spandom or whatever it is. You're even going neg 1 to playing Gecko, you're probably getting that one back anyways. But with Gecko, you just need to set up your trash, which is a lot easier in the amount of turns that it takes. Also, Gecko is a 9k, and this is a 4k. So
yes, Gecko puts more stats.
100%. Like, technically, this puts almost as much stats because this plays a 7-drop, which is around a 9k value. So technically stat-wise, but also like Gecko itself being 9k, I don't know, just feels way. It's definitely no contest of which one is better. Gecko's definitely better, but this being able to play her on 7 if you go first and Gecko on 8, that's stupid.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I just think that in a Dress Rosa deck, Gecko being able to play Rebecca blocker from trash is massive, because Rebecca blocker then plays Kiros, which is insane. This is a play that, like, she can still play the Kiros tapped, kind of like Gecko can do off the Rebecca, but she just doesn't have a blocker in the middle of it. Some strengths that she does have over Gecko: 1, you can play her turn sooner; 2, she does have counter; and 3, Rebecca blocker. Oh, she can't even pick up. Never mind. Rebecca can't even pick up this Rebecca from trash. Oh, that's right. Because I remember we talked about this yesterday, Nick. She only picks up black cards. So that's not a strength that she would have. Either way, these are both. This is obviously a really, really good card. I just think that the debate people have been having about this being better than Gecko Moria, I think
it's not.
That's crazy.
Definitely not better.
Yeah,
But
I mean, she's also a fun defensive play. Like, you can play out a Sabo blocker if you need to. And
yes,
she's very
that is
versatile.
true. Oh my
She's
god,
very good.
She can
overall,
do
with the leader too, insane.
She can do one thing that Gecko can't, and that is, because I mean, he does it in Black Yellow Luffy, but yeah, like Nick was saying, her being able to cheat out a Sabo. Oh wait, never mind. I don't care as much. I was gonna say, because her cheating out Sabo and then like you can't KO her. She's making it to the next turn, but then I remember she's only 4k.
well, this is the way I see it. The way I see it is that, like, she's stupid good in Usopp, but like there's like other things you could do. Like, if you actually, like, let's say people wanted to pivot back to like normal Rebecca, what you could do is play the Sabo, then play Kiros as your tapped body.
Yes.
And then that Kiros is never dying. It's not dying by KO effect, and even if you went to try to challenge him, you have the stage in Rebecca, the tap, to keep him alive.
Yeah, I'm a very big fan of this card. I also do, none of us have mentioned it in here, but like the fact that she has a 7 cost, 4,000 power character. Literally, like, they learned their lesson from Gecko. Gecko Moria should have never been 9,000 power. He was overstated. Literally, in videos in the past, we have mentioned that Gecko, and people have gotten mad and like disagreed and all that, because I remember even arguing that I think Gecko Moria could have been an 8 cost, 6,000 power character and still been good. Or worst case scenario, he should have been an 8/8. But because he is putting out like a 6,000 power character, like if you spend 8 Dawn and then you play Gecko and you get a 6,000 power character, and a Lucci comes out, you get another 6,000 power character, and you're getting blockers out of it too, and then other bodies, you're still getting 12,000 worth of stats for only 8 Dawn. Like, Gecko could have been a 6,000 power character and been fine. and Bandai has recognized that if you're cheating out more stats, you should be deducting stats from the initial body that's doing it. So, yeah, balance. That balance is finally happening here. It's funny that we mentioned balance happening on an insanely fucking powerful card.
Yeah.
But when her competition
in hand, though.
I was gonna say, to what this card can do, though, like, have you guys seen the spike in black 7-cost Luffy prices? He went from being a 10-cent card to being like $7 for the regular super rare.
No shot.
I mean,
it makes
so
sense. It's not
funny.
surprising whatsoever. This is God. It's also crazy too that like she does just cheat the Luffy out, and she cheats out another card in addition to it. And then just with stage, this she could potentially, like, if you have like one spare Dawn, she could immediately. Actually, no, because stage only lets her go for a board. Either way, with one spare Dawn, she can start matching 5,000 power characters. And then if your opponent decides to counter for whatever reason, Luffy beats over it, demands them to either drop another 2 cards or let it go. And then Luffy can restand. Literally, this is just 3 free attacks at the board in that one turn. It is. Yep. It's a lot. There's a lot happening here. This is an amazing card. It's a really, really good card. Anything else before we move on?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, so next we have Kiros, blue character, 7 cost, 9,000 power / Dressrosa. On play, return a cost 5 or lower character to its owner hand. So we have a new Rebecca target. She can cheat out this Kiros in addition to another card and bounce a 5. So this is the Gecko. This is the Gecko body. This is the 9,000 power body that she'd be cheating out that Gecko does inherently. So yeah, what would you be even cheating out in addition to this? She doesn't have any on play.
That's what
cost reduction, does she?
She does. There's a Solomon. It's a 3 cost 4K. It's on play when attacking. Right. If your leader's Dressrosa, give one of your opponent's characters -2 costs. So this will then balance a 7.
You said on play when attacking?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I was gonna play Rebecca with her stat line amounts, I would play the Kiros, because obviously you're playing her, playing him, and then he's removing a body, so you're already going +1 in advantage. And there's a card lower down that when he's KO'd replaces himself. So even when he's tapped, it's like you could deal with it, but then he also replaces himself. So like she's setting up the board where that she is dealing with a body and then has reoccurring bodies for the rested target. But back to this Kiros thing, I think this is great. This is a great card for her to have. It's not overtuned, but it's more than what I expected.
It's vanilla stat line. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, I like that he's a 9,000 power character. That is massive. There's one of the strongest parts about.
That's the best part.
Geckos,
like he can come down off of this if you have stage. He immediately challenges the Gecko.
Yep.
Yeah. This is really, really, really good. I also just thought about too, because Usopp, this is offer like Usopp leader. Like Gecko Moria cheating out a Rebecca blocker and then just blocking with it and drawing a card is fucking insane. Did Rebecca already picked a card up? The Rebecca blocker added a card from trash to your hand. Unless she did like a Kiros play.
5 or less cards.
And then it died. Oh, that's true. That's true. I feel like that shouldn't be a hard to.
It shouldn't be a hard thing because,
especially if you're just countering to set up your Gecko Moria too.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially too because it's like you don't have to use your blocker right away. If your opponent ever swings at any point, you can always counter to get yourself below 5 and then block the next attack and then draw a card. God, this Usopp's so good. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything before the next card?
Man.
No.
Nope.
Okay, so next we have Leo. 1 cost, 2,000 power, Tontada Dressrosa, counter 1,000. On play, you may rest one of your leader or stage. If your leader is Usopp, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 2 cards other than Leo that have Dressrosa type and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck and trash 1 card from your hand. So this searches 2, but it does discard a card. So it does break, it does +1 in card advantage, break even in the hand.
But it does.
There is the potential to go minus though if you only hit, God forbid, one target.
There is, but honestly, since we have a whole nother set that had Dressrosa, I feel like you're going to be playing at least
All
a
the
40
Dressrosa
card
No, I agree.
Dressrosa deck.
Yeah.
I agree.
Um,
I just do want to acknowledge that that possibility is out there. Because if we
Absolutely.
don't, someone in the comments will. So
Absolutely. What I love about this is it literally just sets up your Rebecca Kiros play or your Rebecca Luffy play. It can also search stage and something else. Like,
I was gonna say, if you don't have
good
stage
card.
already in play though, this has to rest your.
Well, but turn 1 you drop him. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
good card. Very
Yeah.
good card.
Yeah.
it is crazy though, because this does now mean that I guess we have to see if any other effects do care about resting.
the
So
fact
far,
that
it's only
he-
been him actually.
The fact that he also puts what is it? Discards a card, so you get 2 searches and discard a card. So you're getting graveyard fodder for your Luffy as well. I think this
Yes.
is the absolute best searcher. Technically the best searcher that we've seen, I want to say, but specific to Dressrosa, like it's definitely what they needed.
I just love that this is a searcher that not only is he setting up the Luffy, but this is a searcher that I think even better than brand new sets up Gecko Moria.
Yeah.
This is really, really good. This is an
Amazing
incredible
card.
card.
Yep.
Moving on to our next character, we have Nami, black character, 2 cost, 0 power, Dressrosa, and Straw Hat, counter 1000. Activate main, you may rest this and one of your leader or stage as Dressrosa type. Draw 1 card, then trash 2 cards from the top of your deck.
So Usopp has to play 4 copies of stage. I'm not gonna lie, at first glance, without zooming in, I thought she was bleeding from her eyes. And it scared the shit out of me.
Okay. So this Nami is another card that now says rest leader or stage. So there is potentially, like I was saying before, the potential where like, you know, if you want to swing with leader for the turn, then you only have 1 stage to tap. So other cards in your hand can become bricks and just be reduced to
That is
counter at
true.
that point if you don't
That
hold
is
them
true.
for next turn. It also does mean that like you could find yourself in a situation where like maybe you don't want to play the Nami, and you do reduce her to counter, or like Leo becomes one of the few searchers that you actually can't just play because you don't have a stage to rest and stuff like that. Again, these are obviously problems you can easily navigate around. They're easily like you have freedom of choice, but again, it is at least worth noting that this does have the potential to come
I
up.
do view this card though. I do view this card as either if you go second and you drop it turn 1, it's free advantage, and it also acts as a pseudo blocker because
Yeah.
you know
Yes.
your opponent's gonna hit this. They're not gonna just let this
They
slide.
have to.
They
And
have
then
to
you draw a
hit
card
this.
because it's a Dressrosa card that died off your leader effect.
Yes.
So it draws. So it's gonna plus an advantage. It fuels up, and it's one of those things where it's that. Me personally, I would play 2 of this card. Just like if I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. But it's also a cool thing to play off like the Rebecca or maybe the Gecko. Or well, no, because you need to be able to rest this. But you played off the Rebecca. No, it comes out rested too. Never mind. You know what? Yeah.
Usopp kind of fucking
Yeah, I was
broken.
gonna say I do like this card, but I'm not gonna lie. It's probably a hot take because I see everybody's kind of big on the card. I could very easily see this card just not being ran.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's so many Dressrosa cards already. This
It's either at
Yeah.
0 or at 2. I don't see it going past 2. I think it's
agree.
probably a
It's-
spicy tech.
you
0 or
literally
2.
already have 8 searchers between the Leo and the
Yeah.
other Rebecca.
Yeah. Also,
There's
I
like,
feel
what's
like
her name?
What?
Almost like that one searcher that kind of costume Mancherry, where it's kind of like you play it, but like, do you play it? You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
We even saw Sokka's cutting Mancherry to 1, and some were cutting it all together.
Yeah.
You know what I think is funny though? You could
What?
play this and just bring it out with the Rebecca, but you know your opponent's gonna go into it. Like it's like, hey, look, I know it's not gonna do anything right now, but I know you're gonna swing into this.
Yeah. It does like act like it's like a little blocker or whatever. I could also though see like a lot of the time like you do play this card and then you do draw the card off, but since she replaces herself, but because you didn't just add another card to your hand, I could also see like there being a lot of instances where your opponent just kills it for free because your hand, you know, is
It's
too
too
big.
much.
Yeah, because she already drew a card to begin with. Kind of
Why
like
are
there's a
Blue
lot of
Black
times
leaders
like
so overtuned?
yeah, 'cause I know there's a lot of times it's just like with Purple Croc for example, where like I can't get the extra draw off of an effect because I've already kind of like with Croc or whatever.
With this leader though, because you can, like you were saying with earlier with the Leo, you can, okay, you're attacking this. I'm gonna counter with my 4-cost Rebecca blocker, so she's in trash for my Gecko Moria next turn, and now I get to draw off my leader effect because you killed this bit.
Yeah,
I do agree. I don't know. To me personally, this card's not worth it.
That's fair.
But yeah.
So my
it is
thing
crazy. Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it is crazy. Just Usopp being a Dressrosa and a Straw Hat, so he's literally getting 2 waves of support.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, he gonna get banned.
My
He's gonna
fucking
get the
God.
Sakazuki effect real quick. The fact that his character's dying or being removed lets him draw. It's
Yeah, he
I feel
draws
like
off
we're
of,
gonna have
Gravity Blade.
I truly feel like we're about to have Sakazuki again.
Bro, I don't even know if Usopp will even play Gravity Blade. Like,
I'm
my
saying
God.
if he gets Gravity Bladed, he draws off of it.
Oh yeah.
Heck, if someone like does an 8-drop Katakuri to remove his 7-drop Luffy or something, you get a draw off of it.
Yep.
God, he literally also like Usopp does just have in some scenarios better forward cost Kuzan with Orlumbus. Like,
What I wanted to bring up is we were talking earlier about the dual color leaders, the 4-life leaders needing to have like good abilities to circumvent the fact that they have 4 life, less drive.
Right.
That this is what they need to be. I think this one's a little bit too overtuned.
yeah.
But this is about what they need to be.
Yeah.
Also, like, some of the problems we were addressing with like a 4-life leader is literally just not having that card advantage. His second leader ability offsets that entirely.
It's
Yep.
card advantage.
It literally just makes
insane
up for
card
it.
advantage.
Literally, the first attack that you would take in the game to get that extra card, he gets it the minute his first body dies. Like,
Yep.
this is a really good leader.
I
like him.
honestly see this being like the leader during the set that you just run into 5 out of your 8 matches at a regional.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
God. Next we have Tony Chopper, black character, 2 costs, 0 power strike, Dressrosa, Straw Hat crew, counter 1000. Activate main. You may rest this and one of your leader or stage that has the Dressrosa type. If your opponent's hand is 5 or greater, your opponent trashes 1 card from their hand. Then trash the top 2 cards from your deck. So
I
they
don't
got
care
a
for
pro.
this card.
It's a
I don't
promo.
care for this card.
This
Yeah.
card's insane. If you go second, you trash a card immediately, and then they attack. They have to attack this card, and then you get a draw off of it. So you're that's a good card if you go second, guys. Like, because realistically, if your opponent
Yeah, but
plays
then
a
what do you do
1-drop
after
card,
that?
It's a searcher.
Yeah, what do you do
Well,
after that?
Think about it. It's turn 2. So now your opponent attacks this on their turn 3. So like you said, it's a pseudo blocker. Leader ability, you're drawing a card off of it. You're going on to 4 Dawn, and they're playing down a card.
Yeah, but then what happens when you draw it later in the game?
You rest it and your stage to give your opponent 1 less card in their hand.
So-
and you're going to do that.
So I'm going
every
to spend
turn.
another 2 Dawn later in the game instead of playing Geckos and Rebecca's.
I mean, when is later in the game, though, right? Because you have plenty of search. So I'd do this on 6 Dawn. Play a 4 Dawn plus this, -1 from my opponent's hand, and then attack. That's 2 cards with that. Plus, they have to attack.
So that's
this, 'cause this
determining
can't
that
stay on the
you
board.
have the stage on your second turn. You're saying So turn 1, I'm playing Tony Chopper. I rip a card. Turn 2, I'm playing stage. Turn 3, I'm playing Tony Chopper and another character. So that means there is 1 turn where I just played a stage, and the next turn, I'm spending 2 of my Dawn just to rip 1 card out. When I would rather just use that 2 Dawn, put it on my leader, and then make them lose 2 cards.
But I think
Possibly
you're
3.
forgetting that this card also has counter, but it's also a pseudo blocker. So it's saying for 2 Dawn, your opponent discards a card, you draw a card, and it's a blocker.
I think it's making my early game too fragile. I could be wrong, but I feel this is
This is one of the cards I don't think we'll see play.
I don't think so either. So the way I look at this card is I think you do get the discard out of it. But so, okay, if he's out in the beginning of the game, that means you went second. So you started with 5, you drew a 6th card. Then you put this guy on the board, so your hand's back at 5. Is Usopp 5 or less, or is it less than 5? I don't remember.
5 or less.
5 or less.
It is 5 or less. So he will rip the card off the hand, and then if they beat over him, he will replace himself. But this card reminds me a lot of Perona, the Perona 2K and Gecko Moria. And as a Gecko player, usually you value that Perona discard the first 1 to 2 turns of the game, and then after that, you'll probably never resolve that effect again because it's no longer worth it because there's just better things to be doing. And in Perona, at least she's a 2K, and she's a 5,000 power body on top of it. That you can even recur from trash whenever you want. But again, usually you never go for it because there's just better things to be doing. I don't think that this card, is really worth the deck space. I wouldn't really.
I think he's better than the Nami.
But you're also not seeing that he has the sex doll mouth.
Oh, I didn't see that. You're right. My bad.
Huge
Damn it,
bonus.
you got us. Yep, you're right.
My bad. I think the Nami's better than the Chopper, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
I disagree with that.
The reason I say that is because, again, as a Gecko player, after a certain point in the game, usually by like turn 3 to 4, you can never discard anymore because this card has a condition. The opponent has to have 5 cards in hand.
Oh, true. I see what you mean. So
Yes.
because Nami doesn't have a restriction, you can always do a Nami.
She's
you can't
always going to
do
draw
a
the
Chopper.
card.
Yeah, you're
Chopper at some point is just counter. And it gets to the point where also it's like now you're drawing this Chopper. It's like fuck, I'd rather be drawing anything else than this Chopper. It doesn't have an effect. It's 1,000 counter. It's not a body. Like, God. The best thing I look at this Chopper is doing is like, obviously there's the turn 1 play, but also like it coming out off of like Gecko Moria. Yeah. But like, would I really want to commit my 2 Dawn target to this?
I want it.
Yeah. Next we have Frankie. Oh, what?
Last card.
Yeah.
Next we have Frankie, black character, 4 cost, 5,000 power, Dressrosa, Straw Hat Crew, counter 1,000, blocker. When KO'd, play up to 1 cost 3 or lower Dressrosa type character arrested from your trash.
I think he's the best card that's revealed.
Oh, more than the Rebecca?
I was about to say he's the best black straw hat Dressrosa
because
revealed. But...
Because this is the way I see it. So this is the card I was foreshadowing before. Because the thing is, you could play him either naturally or off the Rebecca, or even off the Gecko, whatever you want to do.
Right.
And whether you use him as a blocker or your opponent kills it, he will then cheat out the 3-drop Rebecca engrave, and then Rebecca keep going.
I think this card's insane.
Wait, what's the 3-drop Rebecca?
The one that you play Gecko.
No,
Isn't that
he
a
only
3-drop?
plays 3 or lowers. She's a 4 cost.
Oh, never mind then. I thought she was a 3 this whole time.
Wow. She'd be insane. I know, I like this card. Don't get me wrong. I do like this card a lot. I was talking to Nick about it yesterday. Like, you could cheat this out off of Gecko, and then, you know, if they go for it, he replaces himself with another body. So that's deterrent not to go for it. You're already being deterred also by the fact that the opponent's going to draw. I mean, you're going to draw a card off of it too. So,
do you think you play like 1 or 2 copies of like a 3-drop vanilla?
No.
No?
No. Also, one of the things worth noting is that he does say when KO'd. So if he's bottom decked, he doesn't get the effect.
Yeah.
And I'm sure bottom decking will probably be relevant in a set where like Usopp is going to be running around.
True. He is also not opponent's turn only, so if you KO him with like your or Lumbus, you get his effect.
Yep.
That too, yeah. I like this card
So
a
you
lot.
can swing with him or Lumbus, pop him, replace it, and then keep going.
I like this card a lot. I don't see him being a 4-of though, and I don't see him being better than the Rebecca.
True.
No. I
this is
wasn't
a
saying he
really
was
good
better than
target.
Rebecca. I thought he could bring out Rebecca, but that's my fault.
Oh, gotcha. Good. This is also just like a really good target to play sideways off your 7-drop Rebecca too.
Yeah.
You could play like the Kiros and this. You establish 2 real bodies, and the body that came out tapped is going to float into another body.
Yep.
I'm a very big fan of this. Very, very, very big fan. And that I believe was it, right?
That's it.
Okay. So there's a discussion worth having here. Because obviously everything's reading is really, really good. But there is also always the potential, because this does kind of give me flash. I don't think it'll end up being the same scenario again, but me and Gam were talking about it earlier. All the hype going into OP08 seeing the cards revealed, seeing the leaders being so strong that people thought they were contesting Sakazuki even, you know, to see a bunch of really strong, what we perceived as strong 4-life leaders coming out, and then we got to the set, and then it just didn't play out anything like anyone thought it would, and like none of them saw play, and the best leader of the set was Calgara, and even Calgara was like above mid, like at best. So there's always this argument where like we see a leader that seems fucking insane, and maybe we get to the set and that doesn't end up happening. I don't know.
I think this is a bit different because he continuously has card advantage that's not restricted to any form of Dawn. You know what it is?
What?
It's the fact that he's a leader that requires no
leader.
Dawn to be done.
Neither did Sokka.
Exactly. So I think he's going to be good.
I think so too.
Because you're saying, because if I'm understanding, you're saying that people are overhyping him and saying he's a new Sokka.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Because I think this leader's insane.
Yes.
I think this leader's insane. I'm just saying that this wouldn't be the first time we've been here where we thought a leader was ridiculous, and then it didn't end up shaping up that way.
No. I think he is going to be ridiculous. I think he's going to stay ridiculous.
I think so too. I'm just saying that like I'm just saying that like it's happened once before with OPO, where everybody thought the 3 leaders were so strong that Sakazuki could come off the ban list.
Ew.
And then the leaders came out, did nothing, and then the new cope was, where they're just being kept in check by Red Purple Law. And then Red Purple Law got banned, and those leaders still did nothing. In case anyone back home is watching and thinking I'm saying I think that this is not a good leader or anything like that, or that I don't think, because I think Usopp's the best leader of the set. I will say that. I will say that.
Yeah, agree.
All I'm saying is that it wouldn't be the first time. Like if it were not to happen, it wouldn't shock me. Actually, it'd still be very surprising, but it'd be less shocking considering we would have already experienced this in OP08, where we went into OP08, or East was going into OP08, and there were 2 leaders, and the debate was who's better, Marco or King. Which of them is the new Sakazuki? And that's not how it played out whatsoever. Neither of them even ended up being meta. You know, worst case scenario, Usopp is meta. I think everything points to Usopp being by far best deck in format, but it is also one of those things where there's always the potential that it just goes fucking completely south because we are getting another set of a bunch of 4-life leaders. So I guess like level expectations or whatever. That way, if Usopp is insane, yay, and if he's not, it's like, okay, you know what?
I just realized something. Like
what?
I just realized that Orlumbus with like 7-drop of Rebecca that dropped the Kiros. What? Like that means you could bounce any 9 in a row?
No,
so
the Kiros is on play. You have to have the Orlumbus on turn, on board the turn before.
Yeah, that's why I ended up asking about like if there was one on play. And
the Suleiman can do it, and he'll minus like I think it was either 2 or 3 costs. It was 2 costs. So that way, Kiros can hit a 7. So it's a 7 that hits a 7.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts before we wrap this one up, boys?
I'm
looking forward to OP10, honestly. So what we've seen 3 or is this 4 leaders total?
This is
4 leaders.
Yep.
So 2 more?
We have 2 more, yeah.
Assuming that we stop at 6.
Well, they usually give us 6 for main sets, and then they give us what, 3 for side sets?
Yeah. Well, I was saying because I think ever since like OPO like 4 or 5, we've been getting 6. But I mean, that wasn't always the case. So who knows?
Well, yeah,
but yeah, trend whenever they want again. You know?
Yeah, but before they were just trying to make decks. Now we have decks, and I think they're just cutting back on leaders. So it's not this giant leader pool that all the leaders are just getting power crept out too fast.
I think so too. I'm always acknowledging the possibility of something else because you guys don't read the comment sections.
Yeah, yes.
I read the comments. You guys do not.
I do.
I read them.
I do gotta go though, boys.
All right.
All right.
With that being said, until next time, we will see you guys.
Bye.
Later. Bye.